So there was a theory, and this is the practice. I was sent by my sending agency to go and serve as a missionary in Africa in the 90s. So we went there and then we produced the very first group of the local disciples in Kenya, Africa. You can see the photo right here. And this first group has multiplied chain of cross-cultural or monocultural discipleship ministry to somebody else. Then we had greater numbers of the people who are produced as disciples of Christ. And one of those who have been influenced by us has gone over the border and went to another country called Malawi in Central Africa. And he has done the same thing to the Malawians, although he was a Kenyan himself. You see, the cross-cultural border passing takes place at this point. And one of the disciples who were produced in Malawi has gone over the border again. He went to Zambia, the neighboring country, and planted a church and continued to make the disciples. In one of those years back in my life in Kenya, I was asked to serve as one of the pastors of the local church that was uniquely composed by Korean immigrants. Year 2011, I didn't know that the Lord was preparing me to go back to my mother country of Korea 2 years from that time. Actually, 1 year after that, so 2012, we went to Korea, and 2013, the Lord has used us again to plant another church in the capital city. Now, it was very surprising to know that one of the founding members of the particular church was a Korean Chinese lady who happens to be a businesswoman and who was born in China. And she caught the missionary vision through the teaching ministries that I was serving. She went back to China and organized a Bible school, and we launched our very first Bible school in China 2014. Of course, some of you know that I came to IJSL in 2016, and one of the graduates of IJSL has joined our sending agency 2 years ago. And he planted a church in Vietnam and is serving with us. So, you see, the Lord has been working through our ministry, cross-cultural discipleship, that not only works in theory, but in the practice as well. So one day we made some statistics and evaluated ourselves from the mission agency's research, and year 2010, this is how we were operating. And last year we've drawn the family tree of our churches, our ministries, and our schools, as well as the leaders and church planters. This is how we look like, and we are now spread by God's grace into about 15 countries of the world, with about 300 local churches planted and schools at this moment. We give all the glory to the Lord, and I want to tell you something, that when a worldview is tackled and challenged and transformed, after all, the culture can be changed. There's a hope for you and me, my brothers and sisters. This is the story of God's work in this case study.